I'm like a ghost. Ghost Hobbit. Hello my friends and welcome back to The Air Effect. If you are new here, my name is Christina and I run this channel because I like old books, I like vintage clothes, and I want to live a practical vintage lifestyle. So September hails the beginning of fall. As all of you know, on September 22nd, it's the first day of fall. But it's also Frodo and Bilbo's birthday. My husband and I always celebrate this by watching Lord of the Rings, trying to make a Hobbit meal, things like that. And this year I thought, why not dedicate the entire month of September to making Hobbit videos? So last week I showed you 5 different Hobbit hairstyles that you can do. This week I am sharing with you ways to curate a Hobbit wardrobe. And next week on September 22nd I will be sharing 5 things to do, or maybe more things to do on Hobbit Day. Now, I actually filmed a portion of this video yesterday and then had some audio issues, so I am trying again today, hoping that it will be much better. So if you notice a lighting change, that's what it is. I was experimenting with kind of a new lighting setup yesterday and I don't actually know if I liked it. You'll have to let me know. So what I'm going to do in this video is show you all of the pieces that I have in my wardrobe that would work for a Hobbity wardrobe, and then I'm going to show you a bunch of different ways that you could style them, and then at the end I'm going to share with you dressing like a Hobbit for a week. It's going to be a little lookbook where I dress like a Hobbit for a week, and those are my outfits. I hope that you enjoy it. Subscribe if this seems like a fun thing for you. I don't know. Subscribe if you want to see more. Subscribe if you want to see my next Hobbit video. Subscribe if you're into pumpkins, because on October 1st I have another really exciting video. I'm really excited about fall content. But yeah, let's get into showing you all of my Hobbity pieces, and then you will see all of the different ways that you can style them. Okay, so the first thing you can do to curate a more Hobbity wardrobe is to grab yourself a bunch of vests. Now, I have a major regret this week. Am I too bright? Better. I have a major regret this week. As I was going through all my Hobbity items, I realized I had the perfect Hobbit vest, I will put a picture of it here, that I only ever wore once. So I finally decided a couple of months ago to donate it to Goodwill. And I wish that I hadn't. I just feel like I'm really bright. That's better. And I'm so sad that I donated it. But that's okay because I have other vests to go through. The first vest is the most Hobbity vest that I own now. It is this beautiful red velvet vest from the 90s. I thrifted it and I love it. It is beautiful. This one I really like for layering. I actually wore it in my hair video last week, which you will have seen, and then this is part of my dressing like a Hobbit for a week. It's absolutely perfect. I think I got it for like $2, and yeah, I just love it. The next vest is one that I'm not 100% sure of, and I even styled it in the video yesterday and I'm still not sure about it, and it is this hunter green vest. It's a men's sweater vest. It is a little bit big for me, so that could be part of it. I think if it was more fitted it would work better on me. It works with the right shirt underneath. The shirt that I chose, it was a little bit fiddly. I was having some issues like just getting it to sit right, but overall I think it works. And the next one is this navy blue, I think this is 1960s or 1970s vest. It's got this really interesting pattern on it where it's ribbed, but then it's got little circles in the ribbing. This one I really like in theory, but again I was having some trouble styling it. I wanted to tuck it in. It just feels a little bit too bulky for the ways that I was styling it, which is fine. I will figure it out. I really think this is such a cute vest and I want to find different ways to wear it. I feel like knitted vests would work really well, even though the Hobbits don't technically wear knitted vests. I feel like that's a very Hobbity thing because Hobbits tend to be very cozy. So if you find something like this, you can always make it work. The next category that I'm going to talk about is tops. Now, Hobbits generally just tended to wear white tops. Even I feel like my memory is failing me on what the Fellowship hobbits wore, but I feel like all of the female hobbits just kind of wore white blouses, very reminiscent of like the 1750s or so. For that reason, I went out and I thrifted quite a few white blouses, and I also have one or two, but I did get some other colors as well, which I think work really well for the, depending on the color scheme. First up, I have my short sleeved blouse. This is actually from Amazon, and it is just a peasant top. Very Hobbit-like. I will try to link it down below if it's still available, and if not, I will link one that's similar, because you can't really go wrong with a peasant blouse. The next one that I have is actually not white. It is this navy blue eyelet lace blouse that I thrifted a while ago. It is stretchy, and it is an off-the-shoulder top. This works really well layered once again. It doesn't look hobbity hanging here, but trust me, it is. It works pretty well. So this is something that I don't remember if I used yesterday when I was putting together Hobbit outfits. I think I did, but I can't remember what for. But it is, I mean, I know I did because it's all messed up on the hanger. But it is this white blouse. It is an 80s blouse that I thrifted. It's got a really nice collar detail. I really, really like the collar. It's sort of got like almost a leafy embroidery on it, and then it's got that same detail down the front. But any sort of white blouse that has a really interesting collar would work well. I think it works better if you are trying to emulate the boy hobbits. I feel like it's just a little bit more of that masculine style, but it's still got some feminine flair to it. Anyway, I think this, any kind of white blouse with shorter sleeves and an interesting collar is going to work really well for a hobbity wardrobe. It's not necessarily like, look at me, I'm a hobbit, but it's got that feeling to it. I'm going to show you these ones at the same time. These are 3 white blouses that I thrifted. I have never owned this many white blouses in my life, and I hope they're not completely blown out on the camera because they all have different details. This one has a lace front. This works really well with pants. I think this is an excellent mixer with like high-waisted corduroy pants, which as you will see, I have and I love. This one I really like for the embroidery detail. Anything with floral on it I feel like is a very Hobbit-esque thing because hobbits like gardens, so of course they're going to like floral. And this one also has really great sleeves. And then this one is just a plain white blouse. Well, it's not exactly plain, it's got some texture to it, but it works really well. And this one's really nice because it's silk. These are all blouses that I thrifted. I think I got them for like $2 at most. And pretty much if you just curate a collection of white blouses, you will be able to pull off so many different styles with vintage flair or hobbit flair, dark academia, light academia, all of the aesthetics. Just kind of a white blouse is essential to any wardrobe. The next piece that I have, I just spent forever looking for because it fell out of my closet. But it is this green blouse with leaves printed all over. I don't know what it is about this blouse, but it feels very hobbity to me. Maybe it's the color scheme, maybe it's the leaves. But at any rate, I thrifted this, and it's a little bit tight over my chest, but I don't really care because I got it to be a layering piece. I love it. I love this so much. I want more blouses like this. I think it's the cutest. It is vintage, and I think I picked it up for about $5. And I actually got these two at the same time, and they go together pretty well. So yeah, I think that's the only non-white. That and the sleeveless one are the only non-white tops that I have, but I think they work really, really well for hobbity outfits, and I really want to grow my collection. Next, we are going to move on to hobbity skirts, and these really could work well for any vintage-inspired wardrobe or even modern wardrobe. Honestly, these are almost all from a brand called Penelope Vintage on Amazon. The green one, the red one, maroon, The maroon one, the orange one, and the yellow one are all Penelope vintage skirts. I've had them for years. I love these skirts. They are super great for remixing with everyday items. You can mix them with a t-shirt, you can mix them with a blouse, you can wear them dressed up or dressed down. I love them. They are very easy to wear. They have pockets. They're elastic in the back, so they fit a variety of sizes. I highly recommend these. I will link them down below. They also have a black one, but it has been out of stock forever, and I want them to restock it because I need a black skirt. The other skirt that I have is this vintage corduroy one, which I thrifted alongside the red vest and the green blouse. Honestly, all three of those items go well together. Although I didn't do that for this video because I wanted to try to style them with other things that I own. But I really like this. I think that corduroy is the quintessential Hobbit fabric. So this is a really great neutral to remix. And again, it has pockets, which is like god level tier of skirts. Next, in the category of bottoms, we have two different pants options. A lot of you have told me that you really love my lookbooks, but you only really wear pants. So here I am, branching out of my comfort zone. But the first pair is these green corduroy pants. These, when I saw them, I was just praying that they would fit me because they are they are such perfect Hobbit pants, I can't even tell you. And these, actually, I will probably also style with tall boots. I think they would look really good like that. I had a moment when I was styling where I was just like, oh, I didn't think I could pull off this look, but I can. But anyway, that is the first pants option that I have. And then my husband pointed out that Deagle wears overalls. So I have this pair of overalls from Hell Bunny. I will link them down below. They are the best overalls. They are based off of a 1940s style, and I love them. And so I tried to style these at least once in a very Hobbit way, and I think I did pretty well. I actually really liked the outfit that I styled with these. I think it's so cute. I have a lot of layering going on, and maybe that's the outfit where I used the short sleeve blouse because I like the collar. But at any rate, if you want to get yourself a really great pair of overalls and you're looking for something with vintage vibes, try these out. They are wonderful. I will link them down below. Next up, we have dresses. And first of all, actually, first of all is the one that I'm wearing. I think that this also is a really good staple piece for your wardrobe. The sleeves can be on the shoulder or off the shoulder. You guys have seen me wear this before. And if you're following me on Instagram, you will have seen me wear it even more. This is one of my favorite dresses. It's super easy to wear. It's really comfortable. It's very flowy, and it has that sort of vintage look without being strictly vintage. But yeah, this is a really good layering piece. And on its own, honestly, you could just throw on a flower crown and go. I feel like just by itself, this is a good little Hobbit dress. It has that feeling of Hobbitness. So yeah, next up I have this little yellow sundress. Initially, this doesn't look very Hobbity, but as you'll see when you layer it, it actually works pretty well. I think this could layer. This is one of my favorite layering dresses overall, but when you put a Hobbity blouse underneath it, maybe you could put a vest over the top, it becomes a great little Hobbity piece. And again, as you will see in the lookbook, I made a Hobbity outfit out of it, so it still has my Lord of the Rings book pin on it. But yeah, I really like this, and I think any sort of dress with this kind of a top, it feels like a pinafore, and it works really well for layering. And lastly, we have the quintessential Hobbit dress, which is this bright green sort of dirndl from Melco Modes. It is vintage, it's from the 70s, and it's got this little lace up front, so it just feels very Hobbit. I love this dress. It is so cute. I'm so glad that I found it. I got it off of eBay for about $40, so it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't super expensive either. It's got the super full skirt and the ruffle. The one thing I wish is that it was a little bit longer. I am 5'7", so I'm on the taller-ish side, and I really prefer things to hit below my knee, and this kind of just hits right at the top of my kneecap rather than like below my kneecap, so it's just a little thing. It doesn't really bother me, and it's perfect for summer. But the last category that we have is outerwear, cozy wear, things like that. First up is this vintage blazer that is a 1940s brown. I don't really know what this fabric is. It's kind of textured and it's got velvet accents. This is kind of like fancy Hobbit. I really like this blazer, and I actually have not ever worn it until this video, but it is beautiful. It fits really well, and I love the little sparkly detail. Any kind of like, I feel like shorter blazer would work really well for a Hobbit, but this is pretty much the only one that I own, and I really like the way that the styling turned out. I think that it was a really good option. I ended up pulling it for a lot of outfits. So definitely get yourself an earth-toned blazer that you like the way it fits you, and it will be a really good staple piece for your Hobbity wardrobe. Then I have two cozy items. Somehow I feel like these are both very Hobbity. Again, you don't ever really, maybe I could be wrong, but I don't feel like I ever see the Hobbits wearing knitted garments, but I feel like knitted garments are a very Hobbity thing to wear. So first up I have this very earthy green sweater that I thrifted. I really like the pattern in it. It has a really interesting like open work, and then I don't remember what that's called. I just like the way that this is knitted, and it's buttoned up the front, and it works really well, either open and belted over something or buttoned up underneath something. This is now my new favorite cardigan. I've been looking for more like this because they work well for a lot of different aesthetics, and they're just very cozy, and I want all of the cozy things for autumn. And then I have this brown one, which I think I only grabbed once to style yesterday when I was putting together outfits, but I felt like it would work well. I think I just don't quite have the pieces to work with it yet. Actually, I probably do, I just didn't put them together in the video. I think that this could look really good with that green blouse and then a maroon skirt. That would be a really nice outfit. But at any rate, it's very cozy. It's kind of got a cape-esque feel, which is why I grabbed it. And again, it's a knitted item, which I feel like is a very Hobbity thing to wear. And lastly, we have the quintessential Hobbit outerwear, which is a cape. As you can see, I have just left my elven brooch on this cape because this is like my Hobbit cape. This was made by my great aunt in the 60s or the 70s, so it is vintage and it's a family hand-me-down, but I just love it. I think the length is really perfect. I think that it's like a good color. It's not like a green Hobbit cape, but I think it's a really good Hobbity color, and it has a fun surprise because the inside, it's actually reversible, and the other side is paisley. But if you can get yourself a nice little cape, that is a really great Hobbit accessory, outerwear. And somehow I forgot to grab it and style it yesterday, but that's okay because you will see later I wear it for the lookbook. But yeah, that is it. So let's get into my how to dress like a Hobbit for a week lookbook. I hope that you all enjoy it. Is this the impression you want my viewers to have of you? So that is it. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it, and I cannot wait to share with you the things that you can do on Hobbit Day next week. Subscribe if you like my vibe, if you want to see more from me, if you like vintage style, curvy fashion, hobbits, old books, any of the above. Subscribe. Join me here on this, I don't even know what this channel is anymore. But join me and we will have an adventure together. If you would like to support my channel in more ways than just liking and subscribing and commenting, you can go check out my Ko-Fi link. It is linked down below. I always appreciate that support. It means the world to me that you are even here. I hope that wherever you are feeling safe and loved. And until I see you again, have a beautiful day and thank you for watching. Bye!